Hey there, it's Margaret at Hearts and Home, and today's video is going to be on how to clean out your sewing machine. The sewing machine that I'm going to be cleaning today is a Husqvarna Viking, and it will be the same for the most part for most sewing machines. Okay, the tools you're going to need are your vacuum cleaner, a screwdriver. Usually your sewing machine does come with one that fits. A vacuum cleaner attachment kit. This is the same type that you would use to clean out a computer or other types of electronics. The attachments that come with it, there's some little brushes and different angled nozzles. That helps you get into the harder to reach spots, and then some tweezers. These are just some bent angle tweezers that are made for a serger, but they work great for getting down into the sewing machine. The very first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and take my foot off and take the needle off. And this is a time that I go ahead and make sure that I throw the needle away and change out to a new one. I'm going to unthread the machine, remove the bobbin case and the bobbin. Now on the Vikings, a lot of machines will have screws here. The Viking has a metal plate that you just pop up with a screwdriver, like so. And what I'm doing is I'm putting my parts down in front of the machine, and I'm going to place them from left to right. That way when I go to put everything back in, I'm just going to pick it up in order. What I suggest, as soon as you get the plate off, that you go ahead and take a picture, if you've never cleaned out your machine, of everything right in here. That way as you go back to, when you're done cleaning and you start putting it back together, you have something to reference. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it on the video, but there is quite a bit of lint. There's even some pieces of broken string down in here. I'm just going to continue removing the pieces. This is what holds the bobbin, and hopefully you can see it's fairly linty. I'm just going to place it down here. Now this is as far as you can remove items on a Viking sewing machine without affecting your warranty. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just take my brush and I'm going to swoop around and get all the big chunks of lint out that I can. And you can see that's some pretty big stuff, and I'll just keep going around cleaning that out, getting all the big pieces first. And on the Viking machine, there's a little area in here. It's like there's just an empty spot there. Try to go in with my brush, and I slowly just keep moving the wheel, pulling it out. And I go all the way around till I've made it back to where I started. Now this is where the tweezers come in handy, because you're able to go in and pull out the big chunks that the brush cannot get. You want to make sure that you look in through all of the openings and get out all the lint that you can see. Okay, now here I've gone all the way around the machine. I've used my tweezers and my brush. And this is the lint that was down in the machine. There's still more, I can see it, but I'm not able to reach it with the brush or the tweezers. This is where the vacuum cleaner attachment kit comes in handy. Okay, I've got my vacuum cleaner attachment attached to my vacuum cleaner hose, and what I'm going to do is just clean all of this area first. Then I'm going to put it down in this hole. I'm going to slowly turn the hand wheel, and as I turn the hand wheel, it's just going to move with it, and I'm going to leave it in there for a second or so, allow it to get all of the lint, maybe little pieces of string, whatever's down in there, out. And then I'll take a look, make sure I've gotten everything. If I still see stuff, I'll go around it again. I'll also re-vacuum this top area. After wiping each of these pieces off with the brush, I did go ahead and take the vacuum attachment and went over them with it, just to make sure that I had all the little pieces off. I also went ahead and wiped down the entire sewing machine so that there wasn't any dust on it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put the pieces back in. I've cleaned up my sewing machine enough that I know how everything goes and in what order. This is why, though, you want to make sure that you take a picture so that you get everything back in the right place. Now, when you're putting the needle plate back on a Viking, if you've never cleaned it out before, it seems like it won't go. You just have to push really hard. You're going to hear a snap. The first time I did it, and other people that I've helped clean out their Viking machines, they were afraid it was going to break. It's not. It just snaps in really hard. The same with removing it. When you're prying it up, you feel like you're going to break it, but it's designed that way, so you're good. Go ahead and I'm going to slide my foot back on, and I'll put a fresh needle in there, and my machine is ready to go.